where did the 700,000 come from?
I made them my can.
On a Brazilian podcast, you said you donate your salary. Do you still plan to do that?
When will you address all these allegations against you? You said soon. It's been a month since you've been here. When will you address them?
I'll talk to the media soon.
When is soon?
We're here.
Soon.
Couple weeks? This week?
And could you explain why you're not attending tonight at the White House?
I'm not attending?
Why?
Oh, I just didn't have the time. It was on my schedule. Sorry.
You don't have the time?
I do not. I have,
What are you doing instead?
Constituent services.
I don't know what George Santos is doing tonight, but I know it is not constituent services. We did a story a couple of weeks ago. He didn't even have an office. He was already in Congress. He hadn't set up an office yet. So he's like, they're doing their job. I'm glad. They're doing basically what I asked for a couple of weeks ago. They are not allowing him to be normalized. They're asking him important follow-up questions, and I'm gonna give them bonus style points for doing it in a really condescending manner, and that is just delicious. I don't know who that woman was that was asking those questions, but she's the best.
Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah,
she looks like actress Saoirse Ronan.
She's love like that.
So, what are you up to later, buddy? Because I have to write one of your lies a day, and I'd rather get it just from you.
But the thing about that, look, so he's not answering questions about the $700,000 loan, which, look, him joking on Facebook about murdering Jewish people in America, I guess, isn't a big deal. The $700,000 thing could potentially. He denied that it had anything to do with the fact that he revised his filings to say that it wasn't personal. It was just handled by his fiduciaries, but nobody knows who's in charge of handling his finances. The new treasurer that was named in the revised filings denies accepting the job offer, and it appears at this point that George Santos might have forged his signature on the paperwork. I don't know for sure if that is true, but I 100% believe that that is true. And that is a crime. You can't do that. So Brett, will this matter?
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Like most people, when they're standing outside the elevator trying to get it to arrive on time, as in the video we watched earlier, they're hoping it gets there faster. But there's a little bit of his mind subconsciously that wishes that the doors open and the elevator won't be there, so you can just walk into the empty shaft and end it. Get me away.
That would have been a great end to this entire thing. He might just disappear at some point.
Just get out.
It is entirely possible.
Like he needs to find the service elevators at this point.
Exactly. I don't know who that reporter is. If someone knows, can you send the name? Because I want to have them on the show. And I just want to talk to them about what they plan to do going forward to provide some accountability to George Santos. But anyway, again, like it's a mix of petty lies, very significant and horrendous lies that should go beyond any line, even in America in 2023, as well as some serious concerns about financial crimes here in the United States, as well as the petty fraud crimes that he apparently committed in Brazil before he fled the continent. Anyway,
he should start just talking like Anna Delvey. When he gets questions like that, he's like, "You guys are so basic. I'm starting a social club. Would you like to join it?" You're like,
she has a reality show coming out, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
She does. It's basically her idea, the show.
I think he should go in the direction of the dropout, and he should just address all of those reporters with a paper mask of his own face over his face, and then dance awkwardly onto the elevator and out of our lives.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.